Hey, what is up, y'all? Welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be building the, I would say, the fastest gold farm and XP farm you can get on Bedrock Minecraft. Of course, it's another one of these Ziggling farms, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorites. So let me just quickly turn on the machine and show y'all real quick. After I go into survival. Minus 100 L at S. Okay, so here we go. The amount of time it takes to get from level 0 to level 30 is quite fast. Yeah, as I said, the amount of time it takes to get from level 0 to level 30 is approximately 2 minutes. Sure, it may not be as fast as like Guardian farms and such, but this one, you don't need to find an ocean monument or anything like that. And in my opinion, I would prefer to have something like this where you can build literally anywhere. Not only that, but this one is also I guess you can call it a Bluetooth, in quotation marks, of course, a Bluetooth Ziggling farm. You can you could have the XP go anywhere you would like to just by this little tube right here. And I can show you all how to create this. It's not that hard, I think. But we can also see over there that the Ziggling are coming through pretty quickly. It's like a water flow of Zigglings, and the only thing I would say is really expensive about this farm is the amount of tridents it uses, and the enchants that I put on them. Right now I think these are just tridents with, I want to say, Impaling 1, so it's not as fast as it could be, but if you put Impaling 5, this thing goes much faster. Not only that, look at my levels. It's been about a minute, and we're already at level 26. Gear gets mended up pretty quickly with this as well. So not only is it a good source of just experience in general, but you can mend your tools, you get a huge amount of gold. I still need to clear this thing out, but I've only gone AFK here for like, what, 30 minutes or so total? And I can show you all this after I get to level 30. Almost there? Oh, look at that level 30. It's been like a minute 30. Less than even than I said. Now, let's go ahead and, oh, forgot. I have a separate option to turn on just the Trident Killer itself. I can show you all how to do this as well. I've also added on this stone generator to this to mess around with how mending works on a pickaxe. The way this farm works, I'm able to go AFK here with a beacon, of course, and continually collect stone and cobblestone and such without having to worry about my pickaxe breaking, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and go into creative real quick. Okay, so let me turn on the farm once more, and I'll show you all how fast the Ziggling spawn. Now look at this. They're coming on. Okay, there's like 4 here, 3 here, 3 here, 4 here. So yeah, they're coming in pretty quickly, as you can see. So then they're all clumping up together into this one little stream right here, all getting funneled into this one spot right here, where they're all getting killed, and XP is going up there, and the loot is getting collected over here. Of course, this was a prototype, so I'm going to be showing y'all a better version of this, which is hopefully cheaper. So yeah, let's get right into the tutorial. The material list is in the description. Yeah. I gotta love post-editing, Brandon. To use this farm, you must be on a game mode other than peaceful. You must be on easy, normal, or hard. Plus, if you want to use this farm, you must have fire spread on. Otherwise, the portals cannot be lit by these trapdoors here. Alright, let's get right into this. So, as I said, you can build this farm literally anywhere. You can build it underground, in the sky. You can even decorate this to be something you might want to build, or, you know, hide away in your base somewhere. I don't know. But, as I said, you can build this anywhere, so I'm just going to be building around here at Y level 50. It doesn't matter what Y level it is, or anything like that. So, let's just go ahead and, I guess let's start with Obsidian. Obsidian, I guess, will be your first priority, because this is where the whole farm starts. So you gotta go and make a 23 by 23 portal. I'll count the first one out with you real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This is 23 blocks long, and now we gotta go up by another 22 to make the second 23. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Now you want to connect the two sides by linking them up together like this. There we go. Nice. I messed up, of course. Okay, So now that we have this one portal, you could technically make this farm with just a singular portal, but I like to go to extremes and make it better. So we're going to go with 4 portals. So to make this thing as efficient as possible by using only 2 lava sources, we're going to go 3 over. Oops. We're going to go 4 blocks over and on the 4th block. So let me just mark it out easier, like, oops. There we go. So we're going to make another portal here in the same direction. We're going to make another portal here, with a 2 block gap here, and another portal with another 3 block gap here, like that. Now that we have 4 23 by 23 portals lined up together with these spacings in between them, I can now show you all something relatively interesting. Because the piglin can only spawn on one side of the portal, and that will always be on either the positive X or positive, oh well, this is positive Z. If you look at my coordinates in the top left corner of my screen, there's the position. Negative 372 is my X coordinate, 51 is my Y coordinate, and 287 is my Z coordinate. And if I'm going forward like this, look, if I go this way, the Z coordinate is going down, which means the piglin will not spawn on this side of the portal. They will always spawn on the positive side of the portal. So this side right here. And same would be true if the portal was oriented the other way. So like, let's say the portal is right here instead. Let's say it's like this. It's not a functioning portal, but still. If we're going up like here, see how my negative is going up towards 0? Since this side is positive, the piglin will always spawn on this side, never on this side. Now I can show you all the fact that this is true. So watch this. If I just keep replacing this like that. Wait, I don't need to do that, do I? I can just do this. Oh look, see? There's one. He spawned on this side. Spawned on the left side here. Oh, there's another. See? There's another. Yeah. We can manipulate the way that the piglins spawn and get collected. So this is nice for actually farming this farm thing. Piglins, yep. Okay, so now on to the next step. We have to make sure we can collect the piglins themselves. Here's what we want to do. We want to build a 3 block tall wall here. You can make it out of any block. You can make it out of glass or whatever block you want. I'm using this right now just to make sure that y'all can see what's going on here. Now we can drop down by another 2, like so. Yep. And then I'm going to be using extra blocks that you don't need to use just for aesthetics, not for exactly what you need, okay? So now that we're 2 blocks down, we can go ahead and build a little bit of a collection chamber. So we want this to extend up by 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's what we have. So we have a wall here and a 7 long thing here. We're going to want to extend this again by dropping it down another level by another 7. So 5, 6, 7, and last but not least, we want to do that one more time, but this time it goes down to 8. 7, 8, like that. Basically, this should take up the entire length of the portal, like so. So we got 8, 7, 7, okay? Now, you're going to want to do this just to make sure that the piglins cannot, or I mean, I should say ziglins, because I keep forgetting this stuff. But you're going to make a wall here to make sure that they cannot escape, and they can only go down the single path, like that. And of course, you're going to want to build a wall again on this side as well. I'm just going to fill this in just because of aesthetics again, once more. And of course, let's go ahead and build another wall that goes all the way up to the same point as that right there. Technically, you don't really need to go this high. I just prefer to go this high. Okay, we just do this along the entire length of the wall. You could even use glass here if you wanted to. But like I said, I'm just using this block to make it easier. Okay, now that we have a wall that, covers up the entire length of this right here, we can now go ahead and get ourselves a water bucket. So we can take our water bucket and then place it right here at the very end. As you can see, water travels about 8 blocks maximum. So when these are 7, it'll continue going all the way down until here. And as we can see, since this is 8 blocks long, this is the maximum distance it can travel, like that. Now, one little fun thing you can do just to make sure that the mobs will always fall down no matter what and will not grapple onto the ledge of this, you can take a stair block and do that. have it so that when the piglin fall through here, they continue getting pushed. So that way, like when they fall, look at this. Yeah, like that. So now we're going to want to do the exact same thing we did here on all of these portals. So I'll be right back after I finish all of the portals. This is going to be fun. So now that we have the all of these collection things in, oh, I should have mentioned this earlier, but you can build this facing any direction. I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry, y'all. But now that we have all of these in, we can go ahead and make the final collection thing, which will take all of these portals and put all of the Ziglin into one place. So this is, again, relatively simple. I just like to build like a little bit of a wall between these little spots right here to make sure that the Ziglin cannot get through. And then right here, we can drop it down by 2 blocks. That's just to make sure that the Ziglin cannot somehow, I don't know, push each other back onto the platform. Oh, I should say 3 blocks, my bad. And then on the 3rd block, you can build the actual platform itself, like so. You're going to want to make it extend out by 2, and then you can build up a bit of a wall, like so. This will be, I would recommend about 5 blocks tall. You can go higher, but at least 5 blocks. And then, of course, we can go ahead and do this. I probably should also mention the fact that you're also going to have to dig down at one point, just to make sure that the water bucket, you know, like this. See, it goes up to 8, and then it will drop down again, up to here. So you're going to want to drop down this block right here, and go ahead. We count out, we're basically making the same collection system as this right here. But we have to count out 7 once more. And then once we get to the 8th block, we can break that, of course. But before we break that, we got to make sure that we can make sure that the water doesn't overflow. So we count out another, let's see, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extended by 3 blocks, like so. And we can replace the final block with a stair. Once more, change it with smooth stone. Okay, now if we break this block right here, it should flow to the very end without leaking. Nice. Okay, so we have the entire collection system over with, and this, I feel like, is the easiest part of the farm. Now that we have our collection system, we're now on to the next portion of this, which is the actual system to both break and relight the portals so that the Ziglin will spawn. So let's go ahead and start placing down some of the dispensers that we will end up needing. So I would recommend going to whichever corner of your farm has the start of the water, so directly in front of the water source, like right here. I would recommend placing 1 dispenser like that. And that will be for each one of these. So let me just do another right there. And then for here, we can just, you know, go ahead and do that. We can just break a block and replace it like that. And one more time, right there. Okay. So now we have all 4 of the dispensers in. We can fill each of them up with a bucket. A water bucket, of course. Okay. Now that we have each one of these dispensers filled up with a bucket, we can now go ahead and place a block in front of each of them. Okay. Now we have a block in front of each of them. This is the fun part. So we got to place a few blocks like so in front of each of the dispensers. I believe there's one here and here. Yep. Okay, now take your observers and face in this direction and make sure that when you place the observer, the face is facing that way for each of these. And one more. And there we go. Okay. Okay, so now that we have all the observers placed in, we got to make sure that we can activate the observer clock. So we dropped all of these down by 2, like this. And we can break these blocks. Alright, now that we have those blocks set up in this position, we take our sticky pistons and place them on top of these blocks right here. Okay, now we're going to place another observer, but facing in this direction, so that the red dot is in facing the same way that the face is facing. So we do the same thing on all of them, like so. Nice. Okay, this is the most important part of the farm, pretty much completed. Now we just have one more portion up here. I'm going to do the actual connections of these redstone bits later. So let's go up here to the very top of this farm, and we can go in place. Okay, so this is the top of the frame. So we're going to go down 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. There we go. This is where the actual start of this thing is going to go. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other portal where these 3 are. So between the 3 block gaps of each of the portals, we can place our next thing. We're going to want to extend this by 6 blocks, like so. And we can raise this up on all sides, like so. And then you can do this to make a, I guess a rectangle, what is it, like a 7x3 rectangle with a hole in the middle. We do this on each side. So now, once you're up here, you can go ahead and place your trapdoors along the sides and then open them. Do the same on the other side. And then one more time on the other side. Okay, so this part is where it gets fun. You have to be able to get right along here and then place observers so that their faces, you have to place 6 observers so that their faces are all facing in this direction. I would recommend building a box around this now, like so, and then going ahead and placing your lava right in the middle, right there, so it can spread. This is because when you place the observer right here, it will update these blocks constantly, which makes it difficult to place the lava. You have to do this on the other side as well. There we go. Okay, so one thing you cannot do is you cannot place blocks over on top of the lava. Otherwise, the fire spread will not activate and these portals will not light. So, like I said, we now have the entirety of the actual activation and deactivation thing turned on and off, so on to the next step. Okay, now that we have all of the portals completed, as well as the activation and deactivation systems done, we can go ahead and make the actual kill chamber. We're going to come over here to the side where all the piglins are collected and drop it down by 4 blocks, like so. On the 4th block, you can make yourself a platform, where, of course, you have to make a 4x4 platform. Now you're going to want to take a piston, and then place it on this block right here. You're also going to want to follow that up with another piston right here, 1 block here, another piston here, and last but not least, break this block and another piston here. You can now fill up all of the corners like so, or all the edges like so, and then you're going to want to place a solid block. Has to be stone, wood, or something like that. It cannot be glass, leaves, anything transparent. And then you're also going to want to take a dropper and place it in each one of these corners like so. Now, you're going to want to remove this block right here. And then you're going to want to take an observer and have it facing into the dropper, like so. So the arrow, it will be facing away from the dropper. Got it? So you're going to do that on oops. It might be easier to do it from the inside, like so. There we go. So now, this is the entire mechanism for the actual killing itself, pretty much completed. All you need now is to take a stone stair and replace that block with it. This is just to make sure that when we place water in, all of the stuff will get launched out over here. And on that note, we can take a trapdoor and place it right here, as well as break the block directly underneath the trapdoor. We're going to want to basically just lower that block by 1 like that. Okay. So now, if we really wanted to, we can go ahead and even replace the floor with packed ice, but I'm not going to do it. And now we can go ahead and build a wall up about 3 blocks higher, like so. You can build this out of any block. You can build this out of glass. The only parts that cannot be different are the blocks that are directly on top of the pistons. Now that we have this little box right here, we're going to make it too thick. So we can extend this box by 1 more block all the way around. You can skip that spot right there. This is to make sure that the XP cannot escape kill chambers, because XP is funny. This also helps us with water, because water can travel through the back sides of these things, and it's slightly annoying. Alright, now that we have a kill chamber that's 2 blocks thick, we can go ahead and fill up the water spots. One spot of water will be right here in the stair, and the second will be right here in this piston. That way the water is all flowing this way right here. So items, XP will go in this general direction, kind of. And of course, we can go ahead and take tridents. Mine will have impaling 5. You can either have impaling 1, 2, 3, or 4. It doesn't really matter. As long as it can kill the piglins, why not? Of course, you don't need impaling. This is just to make so that the killing process is much smoother. You're going to want to take 10 tridents and throw them all into the center portion. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, you can have more, you can have less. It doesn't really matter. I prefer to go with 10 because it seems to kill all of the piglin fastest, or at a good rate. Yeah, there we go. And now we have basically the entire farm completed, kind of, in a way. Yeah. Let's go ahead and locate that one dropper on this side right here. I'm pretty sure it'd be here. No, it's not. Here? Oh, okay, here it is. So let's go ahead and place a block, oops, a solid block right there. And have a repeater going into it. This is just to remind us that that's where it's going to be. We want to hit the lever once, and that'll activate this part right here. And then if we release it again, there we go. We have the Trident Killer activated now. Let's just flick this back on, and now it is live again. So that'll be it for the kill chamber itself. We're almost done with the farm, kinda. Now it's time to build the actual collection system itself. So what you're going to want to do is head down to the bottom of the kill chamber and locate the middle 4 blocks, which would be right here. You're going to want to go ahead and place a little platform right here, underneath. Okay, so now here's the fun part. You're going to want to extend the sides like so, just a little bit, just to make placing some blocks easier. I would recommend placing a dropper here, here, oops. You're going to want them facing down, of course. And then you're going to want to place 2 more droppers in these spots right there. Alright, so that's pretty much the most important part done. Now we can take the hoppers and have 1 hopper going into each one of these droppers. I would recommend using droppers since they're cheaper than dispensers, but you can also use dispensers if you want, but yeah. Now you're going to want to place down 4 rails like so, and now we have a ring. You can go ahead and place a few more, or a few hoppers around. So what you got to do is have another rail right here. Place a hopper minecart, push it in. Yeah, so with two hopper minecarts right here, collecting all the resources that are coming through up here, we just need to find a way to make sure that we can collect everything. So now here's the fun part. I say fun part, but it's not really that fun. You can go ahead and take an observer, and let's do this. So place your blocks like so on either side, and you're going to want to have an observer again facing away from the dispenser or dropper. Yeah, dropper. Okay, yeah, like that. So the faces are facing outward. Again on the other side. All right. So that is I guess the hardest part of this done. And now you're going to want to drop this part down there. Okay. Those were just, there were 3 temporary blocks in that block right there. We have to do this with each one of these observers. Alright. So on top of these blocks, you take a sticky piston and place it on top, like so. And then you can place another observer, but this time the face is going to be facing this way, so you're going to see the red dot on all 4 of these sticky pistons. There we go. That's done. So now we can go ahead and do another fun bit right here by placing basically making a sideways L on either side. There we go. Okay. So now you can go ahead and connect these 2 up by going ahead and making a ring like so. There we go. See that ring right here? We have, let's see, this is 2 blocks out, this is 5 blocks long, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this is 12 blocks long, 5 blocks wide, that's what I meant. And then what you're going to want to do is take redstone and a repeater. Place a repeater right here, place a redstone dust here. Have this go all the way up to there-ish. Okay. I don't understand how to explain this kind of stuff, so I'll just show y'all. That's easier for me. So basically just do what I'm doing with the redstone like that. There we go. Now both sides are linked up, and these will basically just push them up and then dispense whatever's inside there quickly. Now for another fun bit, right here. We got to make a staircase up to this portion up here because these 2 are going to be linked together in the same redstone bit. So you can just go ahead and make a staircase like so. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Alright. So, okay, so here's what you're going to want to do. See this redstone right here, the staircase? You're going to want to take a torch right here, and then connect it up with... Well, you have to remove the lever first. There we go. Now that's on. This means that this thing is off. And then, of course, we're going to want to take this staircase up one more and connect it with... Oh, the repeater has to go into the torch to turn off the torch. And these two blocks right here. Alright. So now if I take a lever and place it right here, that should activate the trident killer right there, as well as turn on the dispensers so that they're always launching stuff. Sweet. So that is that part done. All that's left is really to connect this thing up and then also make the actual collection system. So one thing I like to do to make sure that the drops all come out in the same spot is to make sure that you place a powdered snow under each of these. The way powdered snow works, it's similar to a cobweb. So when an item comes out, it's less likely to be random, and it's more likely to pop out the center portion of this block. You don't need it though, since it's technically going to be in a closed container. Okay, so now, once again, for the, I suppose you can call it the fun bit, we can go ahead and surround each of these dispensers. Can I place a block? Okay, I can. Surround each of the dispensers with like a bit of a tube, I suppose you can call it. Like so. And you're going to want to make sure that nothing can pop out of these tubes, I suppose. You're going to want to make it so that these go down a good distance. I would say anywhere between like 2 and 4 blocks. Okay, so once we have our tubes going down about 4 blocks total, like so, we're going to want to extend this part right here down 1 block, like so, like the way I've done it here with these tubes. And then you're going to want to extend it by about, I would say, 5 or 4 blocks, like this. And then you can have another few blocks up here. This will be for these two droppers right here. You're also going to want to make sure that this part right here is a wall, so that items cannot escape, like that, okay? And then you're also going to want to take packed ice and put it at the very ends of these, as well as put a button on top of these, and put a button in these 4 locations right there. Sweet. Now we can go ahead and place our water in this location. Oh, why did I say location? I meant these spots. Same thing, but, you know, location sounds so much nerdier, right? Okay, so now that we have that, we can go ahead and extend these like so, and then we can now make the stream to make sure that the items get put into the same area. So you're going to want to extend it down 1 block like the way I have and make like a mumbo stash or like a creeper face, I don't know, something like that. And then you're going to want to basically just make another one of those water streams. Like so. This time I'm going to extend it up 4 blocks to make sure that no items can accidentally launch over the edge. And then we can go ahead and count out, you know, 7 or 8 blocks. So 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Yeah. So for this, the items can actually be sent wherever you want. This can be sent up in modules. I would say, so like, look. This goes out 8 blocks, so you can take another packed ice, place it here, button. You're just repeating the same steps. Let me show you again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Extend this. There we go. There we go, see? Like that. You can just repeat this over and over until you have a good distance. Of course, it has to be within a certain render distance, or else it won't load, and you'll just end up sending items to an area that will not get sorted, which will be slightly annoying. So I like to go like 2 modules like this, and then from here you can go place packed ice, a button, get yourself I need those buttons actually, get yourself a piece of soul sand, like so, place it here. I like to use glass for this part because I like to see the items move, so let's just do this. Alright. We're making like a flower type shape. Oops. And then we're going to want to place a button on top of this one right here. This is just to make sure that when the items come through, they do not get stuck on the block and they get put into the actual bubble elevator. Now for this part right here, you can use a water bucket to fill up all of these blocks with the water source, but I personally like to use ice. Basically, what you would end up doing is getting an ice block, like so, coming down to the very bottom, placing ice, and then when you get to the top of your water stream, you can just break, break, break. Of course, you have to use a fist or a pickaxe without fortune or silk touch. Otherwise, it will not turn into water. The only way ice will turn into water is if it's on top of a block. So this will turn into water. If you break it like this, it'll turn into water. If you break it like this, it'll just disappear. So now what we've got to do is make the elevator itself actually go somewhere. Let's just take it on up here. It doesn't matter how high you go, it can go anywhere. So take it up to as far as you want to go and make it look aesthetically pleasing if you would like. I don't know how I'm going, honestly. I didn't count. Well, that'll just make it harder for y'all to, copy me exactly. So then, like I said, you're going to want to fill this all the way up with water sources to make sure that the water can actually become a water elevator. So now we got our bubble vader. All that's left is to actually build the collection system itself. Now here's the fun part. You can do this in any direction you want. It's just a matter of building out this thing. Yeah. So I'll do the quick run through. This is easily skippable if you want. This is something you can do on your own time. But here's the way I would do it. From the top, I would go down 4 blocks. On the 5th block, I would start making a platform like so. I would extend this out quite a few blocks like this. And I don't have chests on me, of course. Where are my chests? Here it is. Chest as well as a hopper. So you take your chest and you start lining up what items you want. Like, I don't know, rotten flesh in this one. More rotten flesh. I want to collect 3 stacks of rotten... Oh, wrong spot. Oops. Okay, so you're going to place your chest in this location right here. Okay. And the amount of chests you have here is up to you completely. Because let's say I want to collect a bunch of rotten flesh. So I have 3 rows of rotten flesh. Let's just... Basically, one row is going to be 3 chests like this. Yep, like that. So this is all going to be rotten flesh. Okay, got it. Let's see, I want to collect some gold ingots as well. So here's gold ingot. And since I know that gold ingots only produce a little bit at a time, so I only have 1 row for that. Rotten flesh produces a lot as well as gold nuggets. So then, you know what, I'm going to have another 3 for gold nuggets specifically. Like this. There we go. Look at that. Got a whole row for gold nuggets on their own. Great. Okay, so now you're going to want to make sure you can place down some more hoppers. So you're going to want to place some temporary blocks on top of the chest in this location right here, and have a hopper facing at each one of them. Like that. So now, here's the part where counting it would have been easier. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So again, you can change this storage system however you want. It's also stackable like how that was stackable over there. All I gotta do is place a packed ice right here, button, and then you can add more chests along this row up for like that. You just keep making this system right here. But for now, I'm only gonna make the 1 segment because that would be quicker. So you're gonna want to hook up all of the chests with a hopper like so. All of the hoppers should be facing it with their tails into this block, like that. And now you can remove your temporary blocks. And then you can now place down a bunch of blocks here if you want. You don't really have to. But you do have to place some blocks here to make sure that water does not escape. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad day. Trust me on this. Now you can place your water block here and let the water flow. Okay, sweet. And of course, you're also going to want to place down a block here to make sure that the items do not go pew and fly up into the sky or something. So that block will stop it and slow it down slightly so that the items can be collected. So now here's the fun bit. The actual storage system itself. Go ahead and place 2 rows of blocks along the hoppers like so. And then you can place another row of hoppers like that. Now you're going to want to take your pistons and line them up like this so they're all facing into each other this way. Now you can go ahead and take yourself a piece of obsidian, like so, okay? And then you can go ahead and make this. I'm just going to do it quickly so that, you know, it's faster. Redstone along this blah, blah, blah. Glass along here. Whoops, not pistons. Redstone. Okay. That's mostly done. I just now need to get myself a torch as well as a comparator. Okay. So take your comparators and have the, I guess, the double redstone torch on this side on all 5 of these. Sweet. Now you're going to come down to the bottom where the, where the pistons are and place 1 torch on each piston. Why did they just disappear? That was weird. Why is it Hello? Hello? Okay, that was weird. But now that's the entirety of this thing done. All you gotta do now is get yourself some hopper blocks, I suppose. That's what I'm gonna call them. So get yourself an anvil. You're gonna want to rename some stuff, or you can just throw in some block that you know is probably not gonna end up in here, like dirt. Hopefully, if you get dirt in here, I'm sorry. I can't really help you with that. But you can just take any random block, rename it. I don't know. I'm gonna name it something special. Yep, something special indeed. Okay. So now you're gonna want to take your hopper blocks and just place them like this. Just follow exactly what I'm doing, like that. On each one of these, okay? There we go. All of the blocks are in. See? Now you're gonna want to take yourself one item that, one of each item that can be dropped from this farm, which would be rotten flesh, or at least all the items we want to collect. So rotten flesh, gold ingots, and a gold nugget. But of course, you're gonna want to take exactly the amount that of hoppers you're gonna be needing. So I have 3 rotten flesh and then 3 gold nugget collection spots. So you just go ahead and take a nugget, place it in here. Take another nugget, place it in here. Yep, you just fill up the hoppers you want with the stuff you need. I forgot that I had to remove one of the hoppers. So like that. There we go. That's the entire collection system done. We can just let the farm run as we need it to. And then, of course, you're probably going to want to throw a fire here to make sure that there's not, so you can get rid of the swords that are produced. This also gets rid of overflow and allows you to make sure that any extra items are not, you're probably going to want to actually keep it 1 block further. Okay, there we go. I haven't done a tutorial in a while, so bear with me. My throat hurts. I'm tired. I just want to complete this farm for y'all so y'all have something to make and get a huge amount of experience from, right? So there we go. The fire is for overflow protection as well as, just making sure that the golden swords are not collected. I personally don't collect them because I find that the amount of gold that's produced here is more than useful. And the amount of experience from this is way more than you need, so you don't really need to collect the gold swords at all. Okay, so first thing we got to do is to make sure we have a spot to collect the experience itself. So we can go ahead and, this spot right here, where I broke the block, we can now extend this out 8 blocks. 6, 7, 8 blocks, and again, just make a wall, because we're gonna be putting water here. I gotta fix my inventory, it's so full, and you're gonna want to place water right there. Similar to how the item collection thing is, you can make this go as far as you really want. You can even have it do turns and all that kind of stuff. I can show you the turns real quick. But, yeah, let's just do this. You know what, let's just do a turn right here, because why not? So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, that's where our turn's going to be. You can do this however you want, it doesn't matter. But, of course, the packed ice is crucial. And let's just say this is exactly where we want to collect the stuff. So right here. And now all we got to do again is to make another one of those glass towers all the way up with a button. For simplicity reasons, let's just put this up at the same level as the chests. So let me just do that. And also for just looks and such, I'm going to place this on top. There we go. Y'all don't need to copy that exactly. Build this however you think you want your area to look. So there we go. We got another one of these. So again, you could just take ice, stack up, break all the way down, or you could just take a water bucket and fill it up yourself. An easier way is to just take kelp. When you place a water bucket up here and go all the way down, place kelp all the way up, break the kelp. I can show you that real quick. So let's say you want to use kelp. What you got to do is, I want to say relatively simple, where's kelp? Okay. Well, if you don't, If you can't find kelp, that makes things more difficult. So let me just... Kelp. No, not kelp. 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 Okay. So what you gotta do is just head to the very top, place a water bucket. I don't remember if you can place... Okay. You gotta replace the soul sand for a second with another block that you can place kelp on. You gotta take the kelp and place it all the way to the very top. You can head down to the bottom now. Hello. Break that. There we go. Now we have water sources. Because kelp will turn blocks immediately into water sources, like so. Now what you gotta do is take a trapdoor and place it on this block. And you can even cover this with carpet if you want. Now, that is the spot we stand if we want to collect the experience. Just right here. That's it. We're done. I mean, well, I say we're done, but we still have quite a bit more to do in terms of stuffs. Okay, so last but not least, what we have to do is build ourselves the actual levers and stuff to make sure we can turn on and off the farm and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and place 2 levers right here, because these 2 are the most important, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So the biggest thing right here is to make sure we can connect everything up together. So yeah, what we're going to do is place 3 blocks in between the pistons, and then let's just take a repeater between all of these, like so. I forgot my redstone. Okay. That's the look we're going to go for. Because why not? We're going to place a repeater into this to make sure that the redstone will reach all of them, and they will all turn on at the same time, just for aesthetics again. And we're going to want to have this part right here line up with that part down. Well, we don't have to have it line up, actually. Let's just go out 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we can have this come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break that block. Okay. Yeah. This is rough. Okay, yeah, this is the look we're going to want to go for, I suppose. And we're going to want to have these spots right here. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's just extend this part right here all the way across to this point. And have this part just continue going up. Oh, lag. Alright. As you can see, these things do line up pretty well. There we go. And then you're going to want to place, okay, so repeater here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, I think that's it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright then. And you're going to fill this up with redstone. Oh, my throat's killing me. I gotta finish this video, though. Alright then. So, here's the final step. Let me explain these levers. This lever right here will end up being the one that turns on the Trident Killer by itself, and this lever right here will turn on the entire farm. And based on the stuff that we have here, this is actually relatively easy. There we go. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is take these redstone lines and then hook them all up to the levers, like so, and then hook this line up right here. And then right here we're going to place a repeater, repeater, repeater. And then we can place redstone dust all the way across here. There we go. This should turn on the entire farm with this lever right here. I am an idiot. Okay. Well, this is an easy fix. You can raise this part up 1 block. Like so, and just place that. If you mess up the same way I did, you can fix it as easy as that. So now the entire farm should be working. The Trident Killer is activated. Let me switch it to hard mode. So now Ziggler are farming or spawning. They're gonna get dropped into here. Yep, they're dropping. The items should now be shooting out. Look at that. And they're all going to be launched up here. And they're going to be collected up here. See? You just watch that gold nugget get picked up. And since the sword has nowhere to go, it's going to get burned like that. Not only that, but let me switch over to survival. We can pop up on top of here and we can collect experience like that. There we go. Our farm is completely safe. Now, if you're building this up in the overworld, you're going to want to make sure you're safe. So either you can fill yourself up in an enclosed room, or you can just, you know, I forgot I'm not creative. So you can, if you want, you could just even just put a roof over your head. That way phantoms cannot spawn and you're still able to go AFK here. Yep. But now let me show you what the other lever does, of course, just to make sure. So this one turns it all on. You can, of course, put a sign and make sure that you know. But see how the Ziggling are just piling up in there? Look. Press this lever right here. It will only activate the Trident Killer, as well as this part down here. And that should be the entirety of your farm. I hope this helps. Probably not because of the way I explained everything, but assuming you could figure out exactly what I did by watching what I did on the screen, hopefully, you know, you were able to build this farm. One last thing to make sure that your piglin farm is safe. You want to make sure that you go over to your piglin farm, mark down the coordinates of your portal. So in my case it would be negative 373. Let's just mark these down. 50, actually I guess the Y coordinate really doesn't matter. So let's just negative 373. Oh shoot, what was the number? 271 was it? Oh, 291. 291. Okay. So these are our coordinates. We want to go to the nether and then place these we want to place a portal at these kind of coordinates. Except one thing. Nether coordinates are different than overworld coordinates. 1 block in the nether is equal to 8 blocks in the overworld. So what you're going to want to do is take your coordinates and divide them by 8. Alright then. So now that I've divided my numbers by 8, I have gotten negative 46.625 and 36.375. I'm just going to round up and say negative 47, and I'm going to round down here and say 36. There we go. I have to go to these coordinates and place down a portal. The reason we want to place down a portal at these coordinates is because piglin are able to, let's say, they can spawn in your portal. And when they spawn in your portal, they're not going to be very happy with you since you have killed a lot of their brethren. And with that, they're probably going to kill you. I have experienced this firsthand several times, as I have had almost 50 piglin in the nether kill me at once. Let's just say getting my stuff back was an absolute pain. So I'll show you guys right now an example of this. Let me just pop through this portal over here real quick, and we can build a portal right there. And I can even show you an example of the fact that on the other end of this, look at all these piglin. Look at the slime. See all that? All of this is here because I did not place a portal on the other side. So let's go to these coordinates. Okay, so my coordinates would be around here-ish. Yeah. So what you want to do is basically just build a normal portal. Doesn't really matter what size. If you want, you can even make it bigger, but like this is fine. And I would recommend that you just, I don't know, grab some random block, build a drop down at least 3 blocks, and you can get rid of that. And then you're going to want to build like a little box around the portal, just to make sure that the piglin cannot escape and they cannot go back through the portal again. So something like, I would say like this. Yeah, this is completely fine. Because the next time you're in the nether and you're within this area, all the piglin should despawn. I built this wrong already. Whoops. Yeah. This way that you can't have any piglin come after you in the middle of as soon as you're like, I don't know, enjoying a stroll in the nether for once or something. So basically this just helps out quite a bit. Okay, here we go. See? Here's just something you would have in the nether just to make sure that the piglin do not spawn at your portal nearby. Because I know how much of a pain that is. Let's just make sure that this goes back to our portal by going through. There we go. And looky here. We are back. I don't want to go through another portal. Right here. We are back at our portal. Oh, the reason we spawned in this one is because these are lit and those aren't. That's the only reason. So yeah. That's pretty much it. make sure you build another portal on the other side of in the Nether. Good luck. So yeah, with that, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. This took me a while to make, so you know I spent like 3-4 hours designing this thing. Maybe a little like would help. And then there was also the amount of time I spent recording this video, which is about 2 hours now. Not terrible, but still more than I would like. And so yeah, so if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see, if you like my content in general, hit the subscribe button. You know, I do a lot of content like this. Most of the time, I've been mostly working on my survival series, Odyssey Craft. So check that out if you would like. I recently built this in my latest episode, or episode 10. Yeah, it's crazy. Man, it's already been 10 weeks or more actually. Wow. But yeah, check that out if you want to see this in use. And of course, if you want to see more of my content when it comes out, hit that little bell, because you'll be notified of exactly when I post, and you could be one of the first people to watch my episode. So with that, thank you for watching, and you know, have a good one.